December 4th, 2019. Joe here at Simple Life Show. I appreciate everybody for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all the good social media stuff. Just want to do a really quick video here. It's not going to be long or anything. Jessica Yaniv, if you don't know who this is, she is a self-proclaimed transgender, and she made news headlines over the last few months where she was suing a company that would not give her or him a Brazilian wax job. Now, this was, I believe, in Canada, and this court that was actually thrown out of court because they had determined that the operators of this facility that was doing Brazilian wax jobs along with other stuff could not be forced to touch male genitalia. They just couldn't be forced to do that, and the whole thing got thrown out of court. Of course, this Jessica Yaniv was completely embarrassed, and I believe that she had to pay restitution to the owners of this facility. And I thought the whole thing was going to go away. I thought that this was a complete stunt. Apparently, it's not. It could still be. Maybe Jessica Yaniv is just the type of person that wants to get a lot of attention. And I don't want to throw all transgenders under the bus and say they're just trying to get attention. I've just seen a lot of people come and try to take advantage of this, you know, of the climate that we have right now in 2019, where a lot of businesses and the culture and the society in general are trying to be more supportive and open and accepting of the transgender community, which I think is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have anything wrong with transgenders. But what I do have a problem with is that people who want to take advantage of people who have gender dysmorphia and stuff like that, you know, they just really just want to gain a lot of attention. I don't know if this Jessica Yaniv, I don't know how he grew up, if he just didn't get enough attention or something like that. I am not really in the position to make those type of determinations, but Jessica Yaniv is still in the news again by making a tweet. Now, I went to Twitter where this tweet was supposedly on, and it is no longer there, and I'll show you why. So here, this was from yesterday. Trans activist Jessica Yaniv furious. Gynecologist refuses to treat him because he's a biological male. Now, this type of headline, you would probably consider that, okay, that's from The Onion or that's from Babylon Bee or something like that. No, you can't even tell anymore what is the real headline, because they sound so ridiculous that if you would have, you know, if this was like 2009 instead of 2019, people would be like, oh, well, that's satire. This is just, no, this is actual real news that's happening right now. That's the world we live in. So on Monday, the transgender activist who goes by the name Jessica Yaniv, that's not actually his real name, obviously, angrily informed his Twitter followers that a gynecologist refused to treat him or any other transgender patients. This shocked Jessica. Are they allowed to do that legally? He wondered out loud. So a gynecologist office that I referred to literally told me today, and this is the tweet that was actually taken down, that we don't serve transgender patients, Yaniv writes on Twitter. And me being me, I'm shocked and confused and hurt. Are they allowed to do that legally? Isn't that against the college practices? So this is the actual tweet down here. So gynecologist office that I got referred to. I don't know who's referring Jessica to a gynecologist office, since Jessica does not have female genitalia. I don't know what Jessica really, what are they going to do for Jessica Yaniv? I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. What is this gynecologist supposed to do? Like, let me look at your male genitalia and do what? Okay, gynecologists specialize in female reproductive organs and genitalia. That's what they do all day long. I mean, it's just, I feel like my brain is melting half the time when I'm reading half this stuff, because I feel like I've just taken a crazy pill and I've woken up in a cartoon-like universe where nothing makes sense anymore. Welcome to 2019. And me being, I'm shocked and confused and hurt. Are they allowed to? Okay, so that was the whole tweet. Now, this, like I said, the tweet, was actually taken down because Jessica received a lot of backlash So in a follow-up tweet, she says gynecologists form a part of a multidisciplinary team who engage with transgender and non-binary patients, either as part of the transitioning stage, performing surgery, or managing pre or post-transition gynecological problems. Okay, that's true. If you have a vagina, or if you're a transgender with female genitalia, or if you're post-op or pre-op and stuff like that. So, Jessica, Yaniv, are you actually going to be going through a surgery? Is that why you went there? Didn't say anything about that, right? Earlier, Yaniv had made headlines after he tried to use law. That this was the Brazilian wax job to force women to give him a Brazilian wax. We go further. So the British Columbia Human Rights Tribunal actually threw that out. They say that it does not erase physiological reality. Our clients do not offer the service requested. No woman should be compelled to touch male genitalia against her will, irrespective of how the owner of the genitals identifies. That's pretty open and shut. I mean, it's any rational person can look at that and be like, okay, that's just common sense. You could, of course, more or less say the same thing about gynecologists. They are supposed to treat women's anatomy. That's what they specialize in. And it's why women visit them. A man may identify as a woman, but I'll try to explain this very slowly so Yaniv can understand it. That does not magically turn his male body parts into those of a woman. It just doesn't. Of course, Yaniv received a lot of backlash. This person, Fly the W, says, I'm dead. Absolutely, I'm dead too. What a time to be alive, says Bill Tozer. Fusili Spock says, where would you like this inserted? And if anybody has been to a gynecologist, you know what that is. So Michael Voss said, so Sue, went so well for you last time. So one more here. They didn't turn you down because you're trans. They turned you down because you don't have female anatomy. And they specialize in female anatomy. It's like going to an auto mechanic, right? That just specializes in Ferraris, right? He just does Ferraris, and you pull up on a bicycle and demand that they fix your bicycle. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. What a stupid time to be alive, right? It's very entertaining, I'll give you that, but it's a really stupid time to be alive. I think that I really wish that we could just get back to a sense of rationality and common sense. Not so much rationality, just common sense. We haven't even got to anything that's rational or not. We're living in another universe that doesn't even make sense. We just need to get back to, some common sense. And this is not happening. So Ricky Gervais, who is always under fire for making controversial comments, recently made some comments on this. So the Canadian trans activist Jessica Yaniv took to Twitter. We already talked about that. So let me see. But the celebrity comedian didn't show any sympathy. This is Ricky Gervais is talking. It's disgusting that a qualified gynecologist can refuse to check a lady's, I'm not going to say it, but you can see that. Ladies, C explicit K for ovarian cancer, he wrote. What if her bollocks are pregnant? She could lose a baby. I'm outraged. Yeah, so you can see here this I can't say that word on YouTube or I'll get taken down and stuff like that. You can't say those words anymore. You got to really have to watch your language. But Ricky Gervais doesn't mince words. He's pretty open about what he feels about things, and I think a lot of comedians should be that way. I think that, there's a lot of people telling comedians and especially actors and stuff to just shut up and just act. I think everyone has a right to say whatever they want to about stuff. They don't have the right to get away and to avoid a lot of the consequences of that, because we are living right now in a very divided society that we make a lot of decisions based on what others believe in politically now. I really wish it wasn't like that. I really would just wish we could just be human beings, but we are past that now. We are past the point of just being human beings. Finally here, Ms. Yaniv said the College of Physicians and Surgeons confirmed to her that the refusal is discrimination and against their code of ethics. Surprise, surprise, right? Everyone has to be the tiptoe around everyone's feelings. She said that she was going to file a complaint with the college against the clinic. Trans people need to be included, not excluded from society, she said. I don't know of anywhere where a trans person is just excluded, like they're being segregated somewhere. This is the biggest lie that's coming from the left. that the trans people are not only are being murdered in higher numbers. We've already done a video that's not true. They're actually being murdered in lower numbers. I wish no trans people were being murdered. I wish no person was being murdered. But if you want to look at the actual numbers, it's actually lower. Okay. And I have yet to see a specific case where, anyone of any group is specifically being targeted for destruction. It's just really not. We are in 2019. And even though it's crazy out there, it's not so crazy that we're living back in the 50s and the 40s and in the 1800s either. We are progressing as a nation. We are becoming more open and more, more accepting of people of different groups and different identities and stuff like that. I think that's a great thing. But to turn this into something that you want to just change society and force people to do this and force people to do that. No one has to like you. No one has to agree with what you do. I agree. I defend anyone's right to do whatever they want to, but do not ever ask me to agree with you. Do not ever ask me to endorse what you are doing, because that is 100% completely different. I could have a communist living next door, and he could be waving the hammer and sickle every day, and we can have a discussion about that. But I do not hate that person as long as he allows me and doesn't flip out when I fly my American flag. I think that is a completely dangerous ideology, but I think that you have a right to have dangerous ideologies. You have a right to think whatever you want to think. But do not expect me to believe everything you believe, and do not ever think that you are going to use the government to impose your will on other people. That is what really makes me upset. That is what really makes a lot of conservatives upset. That is the only thing that really makes us upset, when you try to use government as a weapon. Until next time, this is Joe with a Simple Life Show. I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.